Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied in Ruel for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, from the Indianapolis camp. And I want to name this Broken Wings of Babylon. And what you're looking at is an injured eagle. And we all know that that's what Babylon exalts itself is. And majority of the of Edom around the world uses this bird as a mascot per se. You know what I mean? To say that this is what they personicate. And what does the scripture say? He will bring you down. Okay. That though you set your nest amongst the stars as an eagle, he will bring you. Will get that though. I don't have to hack anything. Okay. I'm gonna start off with this Sirach, Ecclesiastes 10:2. Okay, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Okay, so are the people that he command. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So right now, what manner of the state of the ruler is Babylon in? Confusion, okay? Starting at the top with Sleepy Joe. Then on both sides, there's corruption, okay? And now you got in-house Republican fighting. I love it, okay? You know, my king is Yahweh Shai. This is not my kingdom. So I'm enjoying the downfall of Babylon, okay? DTA. Death to America. All right. So right now, the people are suffering at the actions of the rulers. OK. This is your fair use copyright, suggesting that I'm not trying to sell anything. This is not a product. This is for education purposes only.
Look, the American people are angry and they're divided. The anger is on both sides. I think it's unreasonable to expect Congress, which represents the American people, to be any different. But there can be productive anger and there can be destructive anger. And I believe I've got enough confidence, being an optimist who worries, that
well, he says he's optimistic that Babylon can be healed, okay, from its wounds. But let's see what the scriptures say about that, all right? This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, all right? So that's the warning being sent, okay, to all of these foreigners coming over here. But, you know, right now, as we're having a large amount of foreigners coming, a lot of them are the sleeper cell agents coming over here for the UN to, you know, to kick it off when the chaos has arisen up from the order out of chaos that they're creating right now, okay? For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies, all right?
I am not thrilled tonight. I've never been a big fan of Kevin McCarthy. A lot about him that, quite frankly, doesn't appeal to me. He's not really MAGA, career politician, all that kind of stuff. But he did become the speaker, and I thought he was doing a relatively good job, to be honest. But right now, at this moment, we have a situation in America where we have no border, right? We have a culture where it's more permissible to talk about LGBT queer in the classroom rather than Christ, an unending war in Ukraine, a war we lost in Afghanistan, and all of these things you can lay right at the foot of Democrats, especially Joe Biden. And tonight, they are laughing at Republicans. They somehow, through all of this stuff, have the upper hand. And let's not forget, Joe Biden, almost definitely a corrupt politician. And somehow the Republicans are.
Now, I'm always quick to mention, right before the decline of a nation, you have immorality. What do you say? It's more justifiable here in spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah to talk about the rights of the ABC and put the thoughts of Hamashiach far away. Okay, they don't want anything to do with the Hamashiach. Okay, which he called Christ. All right. This is the book of Luke 21 and 9. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, and is that not commotions? The house is divided. Okay. Now, for the last few years, they've been going into shutdown and doing these long vacays with the government. But now they're showing you that we have no solutions, and so now you should see the next shutdown coming, which they already had reported that was supposed to take place, but then they extended it. Now you see that there's no order at the top. Okay. Be not terrified. For these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. All right. So let's get right down to business. This is where this place is headed. All right. Because he said he was optimistic, but I am not. And I'm calling for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, along with starting with the apostles and the elders and you Akim putting in this work. We're chanting this place down once again. DTSB, Death to Spiritual Babylon. OK. This is Obadiah, starting at 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Abba, Father, concerning Edom, the red man, so-called. Did you not see that? How their faces they're not white, they're red. Okay, Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, an ambassador is sent amongst the heathen. That is us. Once again, starting with the apostles and the elders and you Akim who righteously divide this word. Okay. Not for self-gain, okay? Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen, hated amongst the heathen, okay? You're no longer the big man on the block. Everybody now, they got weapons pointed at you and ready to go to war, okay? Thus are greatly despised, all right? The pride, that's right, once again, go up before destruction of thy heart, of thy mind, hath deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks, you can look all around. Here, spiritual Babylon looks like Petra, where their home is. Okay, high risers right here, down here in Indianapolis, whose habitations is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That is the answer. Thou that exalt thyself as the eagle. Now, did not start this video off with the wounded eagle? Because that's what they are. Two wings of a dirty bird, now broken. Okay. All right. And thou that setteth thy nest amongst the stars, say little space stations, there will I bring thee down. Thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. If thieves come to thee, if robbers by night, how are they cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Oh, but not with the United States. They got to have it all. Look at the UN, the beast. They got to have it all. Okay, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they have not? Would they not leave some grapes? How are thy things, Esau? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said he will lift thy skirt and make you bare, meaning I will expose you. Okay, starting with this social media. All right, he will expose them, put them out there. It's no longer printed paper. You get it when they want you and read what they want you to see. Now the truth is out. All men of the Confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, because mainly their peace came from your threats. Okay, you was just a big bad bully. All right, no longer though, and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid wounds under thee. There is none understanding in him, and that's why you having this confusion once again. Republicans versus Republican infighting. Okay, and it's been going on. Mr. MAGA man. Okay, we'll get to that though. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even destroy the wise man out of Edom and understanding out the mount of Esau, because didn't he set Esau up from the lowest of the low? Okay. All right. To be on to rule over his chosen children. Okay. And the mighty man, Otiman, that's your scientists, your Germans that are over here and over in Russia, shall be dismayed to the ends that everyone of the mounts of Esau may be cut, and that's the government, may be cut off by slaughter. Okay. And those the politicians you see, those are not the elites. They little bunkers are gonna be over here getting like the apostle Tahar said, it's a death, it's your tomb. Okay, because nothing's gonna be spared over here. For the violence against thy brother Jacob, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, shame shall cover thee, and there shall and thou shall cut Salakia, and thou shall be cut off forever. And that's a promise from Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So it doesn't matter if you're optimistic about what you think can happen in the government, because that's little to nothing, okay? All right. Let me grab some more verses before I bring that out. Okay, and see, basically what this infighting goes to is right here. Isaiah 19. See, it's all been prophesized, baby. It's going to happen. And 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai rideth upon a swift cloud, them chariots, and shall come into Egypt, spiritual Egypt, right over here, great old United States. And the idols of Egypt shall be removed in his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt, the minds of the rulers shall melt in the midst thereof. Okay? And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, literally against his brother. Okay, this is a nation, just like we're a nation. All right, they're a nation, they're a family. Okay, and they hate each other, they hate and despise each other, and they run the world, so they despise everything in it. That's why they only are known for destruction. All right, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, this is a promise once again from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols. Don't they do that right now? Okay, and to the charmers, and all of this is through the media. All right, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards, which this is all taking place from the left hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now, how do they seek these? They got they throw it in your face, once again, setting up alphabet people in the government to rule over you. Then they have the people who they go to in secret for advice. Okay, so all part of witchcraft. Like I mentioned in one of the videos previous, King Saul going to that woman to seek out answers that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wouldn't give him. You got me? On the left hand. Okay? Now, he said he would put them against each other. Where else have we heard that? Right over here. The book of Matthew, chapter 12, starting at 25. And Yahushai said, know their thought, and Yahushai knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Now, if you see, I didn't show any videos, but they basically just booted the Speaker of the House on the Republican side through Republicans. Okay, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Okay, if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? The answer is it can't. Okay, and that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is set up. All right. Now, while this is taking place, in the media, for it could be a distraction because you got other things. You got that CBDC coming down the line, correct? Okay, very soon here.
Let's jump here with Ford and GM laying off more workers. The strike, the UAW strike in Detroit and in other places, is really biting hard. And like always happens with these things, right? It's not the companies, it's not the corporates, it's not the executive level that are being laid off. It is more ununionized workers being laid off down at the bottom. Suppliers are laying off workers right and left because they can't keep making parts, because the production lines are shut down. And it's definitely impacting things out there. I'm still trying to get my car fixed, and I was just told today that some of the parts that I'm trying to get that I need for my car aren't being made, and they don't exist right now until the strike is over. So it is impacting us little people, right? And funny, I don't the free money. I don't know. Funny, I don't seem to be getting any of the free money. I don't know. I don't know about you. Are you getting free money? Because it seems like they keep giving free money to every other country, people coming in from other countries, and it never seems to land on my table. I don't know. Panama, because of their drought, has cut the number of ships per day that can go through the canal again. Now, they did cut it by 1 ship per day. And they went from 32 ships per day down to 31 ships per day. And at first, that doesn't sound so bad. But here's the thing. For the first time, they've actually cut the number of Neo-Panamax ships going through. And this is the big lock. They built the new lock system where they can take in really, really big ships. These ships can hold 3 times the amount of cargo that the regular ships can take. And they cut one of these ships per day. So we're talking 14,000 20-foot equivalent containers. So those are the mini containers, right? 2 of the mini containers make like 1 big container, like a 40-foot. So if you want to just envision it with the big 40-foot containers, 7,000 of those on one of these Neo-Panamax ships. And they just cut 1 of those per day going through the canal. Is that going to impact cargo? It sure is. It sure is. And most of the cargo going through the Panama Canal is either going to the United States or it's coming from the United States. A large, over 50% of all cargo containers that move in the United States will end up going through the Panama Canal. That's another stat that just will blow your mind. The Panama Canal basically is the United States. This one is from Matt, Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
I was in the.
Now he had mentioned on that
Funny.
7,000. We know 7,000 would be the perfect number, or not 7,000, but 7 to just be a perfect number in the scriptures. Okay, so Yahweh Shema Shah has just whacked a perfect number of amount of supplies coming over here and leaving. Okay, just to put that out there. All right, this is the book of, and now what is he just said? What was he saying? He's talking about jobs, workers losing jobs, parts not coming in. Now he's telling you the shipments are not going to come in. What does that sound like? This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. The grinders is your jobs, your factories, your companies, okay? Because once again, the parts ain't coming in. The companies are not ran right. The people are not being treated right, okay? And those that look out of the windows be darkened. I mean, it's a gloomy time. Going once again, reminding me of when they hit us with that pandemic, and that was the tone and the feeling. And we're headed towards another one. Okay, sooner than later, we're headed towards another one. It's knocking at the door. All right, And the doors, and this is going to be via of martial law. You could bet that. It's not just going to be trust you to stay in the house this time. It's going to be enforced. Okay. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. Okay. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And that's the time we living in. You don't even turn on the radio and listen to the filth coming out. Lack of talent. There is no mirth, man. The mirth is being squeezed out of this place, but people continue to seek it though, instead of seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. And I'm talking to you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. Once again, this place is imploding. It's going up from the inside. Then it's going to explode, okay? With them nukes and them hot concentrated lasers coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He said he come in on the swift cloud from the east, them chariots with his homeboys, the host, okay? The armies of angels, all right?
Judge Engeron then gravely explained, personal attacks on my members of my court staff are unacceptable, inappropriate, and I will not tolerate them under any circumstances, he said. He noted that while Mr. Trump had taken down the True Social post, the former president's campaign had sent out a copy of the post in a disparaging email to millions of people. It seems evident that Trump's actions will stoke his MAGA minions to harm the clerk, as many court officers have experienced in connection with Trump's case. If Trump breaches this order, however, he could face a range of punishment, including 30 days in jail. Of course, this isn't a good look for Trump, as Special Prosecutor Jack Smith is currently seeking somewhat of a gag order in the federal documents case in D.C.
Okay, so you see how they're gonna ride for King Trump, right? They're gonna do whatever it takes for King Trump to get him back to where they want to see him. And what does that sound like? Okay, we're gonna take you, and I pray that this lesson has been edifying. Second Esdras 15. This is where we headed, y'all. Starting at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwelleth therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. And this has been taking place worldwide, but it's coming to here, Babylon, okay? The capital of wickedness, all right? The Lord saving the best for the last, the grand finale, all right? This is 2 Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition amongst men. They're already planning it. Once again, you got judges saying, stop getting at my people. You're going to get people killed. And he means it because they'll do that for Trump. Okay. And involved in invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. That's right. Okay. Their power. These little militias forming together. They're ready to overthrow. And once again, it's been creeping up. The spirit's been creeping up on spiritual Babylon. A couple years ago, you had those people going to the state capitol houses with ARs and shit. Okay. So it's not just gonna be out suddenly, but it's gonna pop off though. Okay. The purge. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Once again, that martial law. Okay. They're going to say, stay your ass at home and point them long rifles at you, the real long rifles. Okay. Not the home kits with the body gear and everything else. And need be, they got the joints coming in there. Okay. Robot dogs and with all sorts of madness they got for us. Like beams that'll cause you to shit on yourself. All right. This ain't just going to be rocks and rocks. Okay. All right. Sticks and sticks, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the man shall be afraid. Once again, the man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his house, but destroy their houses with the sword, and shall spoil their goods because of lack of bread. That's self-explanatory. And for great tribulations, okay? Great tribulations. Hard to, what it say, perilous times, savage, beast-like, okay? with the love of many waxing cold, which once again goes into psycho. That's where we are. Now that's that order out of chaos, and it's coming. And it's here, but it's once again, once these birth pains start to come, they increase. They don't decrease. You go straight. The birth is coming. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is coming. To you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, this is not your fight. But it is if you go in hand with them. And you're going to lose right along with them. With that, I pray that this is edifying. Shalom.